Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable Chief Justice, the superior judges, the Chief Justice, and the foreign diplomats. My task was very difficult after lunch to wake the civil judiciary, district judiciary, and my topic today is to tell them how blessed they are to be sitting in the Supreme Court of Pakistan, which has given one of the best judgments in Pakistan, Pakistan looks better in the world. My task in next 10 minutes is to explain, first to pay my gratitude to the judges of Pakistan, the entire Supreme Court and the other courts which have developed the good jurisprudence of judgments of almost 348 judgments since 1947. But nevertheless, we have had a difficult task. The first is the pathology of Article 9. Pakistan is the 192 countries in the world. Out of that, Pakistan is only few countries which does not have a clear-cut environment in the Constitution. And Article 9 of the Constitution only deals with right to life. But the Supreme Court of Pakistan, in Shela Zia Wabda, PLD 94 Supreme Court 693, held the right to life means right to healthy environment. And that judgment is the most cited judgment in Pakistan so far, which opened the entire floodgate of Pakistan to enter that the Constitution is silent. The judgment of the Supreme Court is binding under Article 99, is equal to a law in the country. That was a difficult task for Supreme Court to do in 94. Then the basic issue is, I will start with my legal anthropology of the jurisprudence of Pakistani cases since 1947 for my district judiciary. We are sitting here, and it's not the first time the Honorable Supreme Court is doing something on climate change. We had the first declaration. We will be giving a declaration by the Chief Justice of Pakistan in next 1 hour. We had the first declaration of 9 judges in Bhurband Declaration, 24th of March 2012, where that declaration was 100% implemented. The entire 9 judges from all SAARC countries got together at Bhurband and declared that we will have green benches. We did have green benches. We'll have green tribunals. We did have tribunals. We did have environmental magistrate. We did have environmental magistrates. And after a month, Pakistan changed the Constitution to the 18th Amendment on 23rd of April 2010. Thereafter, the concept of that declaration, the Bhurband Declaration, another declaration was made again in this hall, was on 20th October 2018. That was the Islamabad Water Declaration, declaring the Pakistan issues on water. That was done by the Supreme Court. Nevertheless, Supreme Court of Pakistan has been holding various international conferences where the topic of climate justice has always been very important. 2 years ago, while celebrating the 75th anniversary of Pakistan, Honorable Chief Justice of Pakistan has then spoke on the climate justice. Then it's always been a priority for the Supreme Court because Justice Madam Ayesha uploaded in the morning the environmental jurisprudence of Supreme Court only under climate change, which are 13 judgments, all authored by the Supreme Court of Pakistan in the last 3 years. Second part was, I will divide the areas of Pakistan. The word climate justice is new for everyone, but as a jurist, as a judge, I'll say one was the word environmental nuisance, 1947. We were dealing with the issue which is dealing with environment was under the CRPC, CPC, Penal and Drainage Act 1873, Factories Act 1934, the Forest Act 1927, and there are various cases coming to Pakistan under the concept of environmental nuisance. Then 90s, the word which came was called environmental protection. When the law came in 1983, first law, and then we moved toward the global trend and we focused towards environmental justice with Justice Shah in Asghar Lagari, one of the most cited judgment internationally, first judgment on climate justice, mentioned that environmental justice is for mitigation and climate justice is for adaptation. That is the concept which divides Pakistan into legal anthropology, into environmental nuisance, environmental protection, environmental justice, and climate justice. And what my topic after 5 minutes will be climate finance and the role of courts, and the entire judges sitting with us, the superior court judges and the district judges and the civil judges. Then came the time when Pakistan was coming out of Shala Zia with Justice Salim Akhtar in the Supreme Court. Pakistan had very tremendous good judgments after Shala Zia. That judgment was Cura Mine, Right to Water Justice, 94 SCMR 2061, where the Supreme Court that time talked about the water scarcity, the issue of water. Then came a very important case of the Supreme Court of Pakistan again, when they were dumping nuclear waste in the Balochistan coastal area, PLD 1994, Supreme Court, page 102, a judgment came out to have the ships turned toward Africa, not to dump in Pakistan coastal areas. That was done under the HRC human rights sumo powers. Then Pakistan was at that time becoming globally recognized as a country. The judiciary was leading the world on the issue of non-article of the Constitution with the tremendous judgments. That judgment was wise-sighted. The donors sitting here, we should know that judgment has three most important elements taught everywhere in the world. Is one, the soft law of international law becomes a hard law when you bring the principles into Pakistani Supreme Court judgments. That was Shala Zia Wabda precautionary principle. Second part was the concept of elaborating right to life. Then Pakistan was suffering at that time, was coming out with judgments from different areas, and there was a time when the time came of 97 law. Pakistan brought a new law, very well drafted law. That law of 97 brought Pakistan into a map with the schedule of that law, mentioning the international treaties as a part of Pakistani law. That law triggered the judgments by all the courts in Pakistan, including the Supreme Court of Pakistan. The judgments which came out was they were building a new Murray project. They were cutting off the entire trees in the Murray area to build a city, and that will have an effect on glacier, an effect on mountains. The Supreme Court took a sumo to 2010 SCMR, page 1056. That was judgment of the Supreme Court. Then comes the point when the issue came to Pakistan was on various issues, and the issues of public trust doctrine of common law was developed by the Honorable Chief Justice, he was a lawyer in a Nestle case, 2005 CLC 424, where the concept came out in Pakistan is that public trust doctrine of common law is that resources are meant for the public, not for exploitation of water. That point, Pakistan then changed towards the issue of low climate finance. The courts sitting here with us can take action as a civil judges in a magistrate on the issue which climate finance will come to us is when the government, now Pakistan became a member of the Loss and Damage Fund, we'll have a fund from GEF, fund from the World Bank, fund from other bases. The court role should be that fund given to Pakistan should be well spent. The courts can look at as a watch and also to look at the issues on the reduction in emissions. And State Bank of Pakistan has a green guidelines now. SSCP has also green guidelines now. The projects coming to Pakistan for carbon sink, projects coming for Pakistan to reduce the emissions, those are funding to Pakistan by the multi-donor banks, by the World Bank and others. Our duty from Supreme Court, High Court, because judgments have been passed by the Supreme Court of Pakistan, which I don't have time to explain, they did deal with the issue of how Pakistani courts can protect, because when somebody is giving a loan to Pakistan, somebody which is giving a grant to Pakistan, somebody who's giving some banks money for a public project or a private project for adaptation, a project for mitigation, they will only be asking first thing from us, sitting here all of us is, what is the barometer of investing into Pakistan and green climate? The answer would be by the lawyers saying the judiciary in Pakistan protects the investment. Judiciary in Pakistan always comes out and rescues these kind of things, because judiciary in Pakistan is a green judiciary. But I will only look at the green and good part of Pakistan, that Pakistan judiciary in various judgments has led, like now the whole world can't stop now because the cases have been filed by an island in the ICJ. The cases have been filed by some parent companies, subsidiary companies funding somewhere in the English courts, so English Supreme Court. Cases have been filed in the US, all over the world cases have been filed, and those cases are called copycat cases. If the Dutch case by Shell was won by the NGOs, now they're copying that case to other countries. The concept of now courts and the judiciary the district judiciary sitting here will know one thing. There will be a floodgate of cases coming to Pakistan now. Once the finance comes to Pakistan, the donors come to Pakistan, the copycat concept comes to Pakistan, every person will be filing cases for Pakistan. And inshallah, I have very, very hopeful. I see the glass half full or glass half empty. I see Pakistan Zindabad. The judiciary has led the way and will lead the way. Thank you.